out of a few guys in the NFC. It's going to be really interesting to see how that NFC pans out because I know Top's got right. I know that there's been some moves made within the NFC that's been very interesting, and so this is going to be fun. How are you feeling so far going into the this year, Ivan?
It's that most wonderful time of the year, dog.
Yeah,
I mean, we talking about things that just seem to go together,
yeah.
like the fall in football, like it's the end of summer and Madden. The fact that there are 32 users out there right now who are excited. I just love seeing that change. It is what it is.
Oh, I love the change. I love what I'm seeing out of users from a like you said, like that hunger piece. Like
It's different right
we
now.
haven't even really started with um we haven't even gotten to the grind part of the year yet because I kind of feel like those first few games where you're trying to just really figure out your team, and now all of a sudden, I mean, we're here. Like we are
Hmm.
here, and we're about a week away, or I'd say an hour away,
Oh,
from getting this advance um, going and getting everybody started. So
yes,
um,
sir.
I am going to make sure. It's funny because I did tell the chat that I was not going to tag anyone else for the rest of the day. Then I was like, oh shit, we got
Mm,
to do a fucking radio show. So
that's a good point.
with that, let's jump straight to it. The crazy part about that beat, the crazy part about that beat is that it hasn't even really hit yet. Like
Not even.
it's still
Not
like
yet.
there's still space. There's so far to go. What's up, Texas Heat? It's your boy King Nuts here, and of course I got my guy Ivan on. We got our contract settled, and we are ready to go for this season. Um, man, I am still nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
Mm,
still nervous, but not necessarily when it comes to um it's not even EA for me. It is what I think the fear has been for multiple leagues. I've talked to you, I've talked to Legend,
mhm.
I've talked to different commissioners about bringing guys in and having a massive competitive league. And
Mhm.
one thing I hear all the time is you don't want to have too many Chiefs because ultimately someone's not going to appreciate taking fucking L's. And let me tell you, those fucking L's are about to come.
Oh no.
We are going into the year of hearts. That's how I'm calling this Madden. This is going to be the year of hearts
Wow.
because there are going to be some very there's going to be some happy people playing this year. There's going to be some pissed off people playing this year.
Mhm.
There's going to be stories that looked really good on the last Madden that are going to
Oh
take
no.
that back seat that they previously had before this new generation.
He's
Um,
he's saying shit going back to normal.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. There's some guys that went up in the ranking, Ivan, that
Oh yeah.
they're about to find themselves back where they used to
No.
be. Um, and
Okay.
so
Okay.
this is
Okay.
going to be fun. Fuck, this is going to be fun. But
Mm.
I
Mhm.
am nervous because of the simple fact that I know one of my
Mhm.
really good users
Oh.
is going to fall because somebody has got to take an ass whooping. Not everybody can win. So we're gonna go through this top 10, myself, Ivan, but really quick, Ivan, how do you feel going into this year? Just, I mean, just Madden as a whole, but ultimately going into this first season.
Uh, you know what, man? I am making a commitment not to give up too much information um as it regards to my strategies, but I do think there are people who are doing some new different things and salute to that. Um I just think it's a different Madden, bro. Like
It
so
is.
I
It is.
think this game is so different from the last. I don't think we've gotten a Madden like this. This is a different speed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different movement.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different rhythm and anticipation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
stuff that they let you get away with last year, they're not letting you get away with
Does
it.
not
Doesn't
fucking exist.
doesn't matter that your guy's wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Your
Mm-hmm.
quarterback's feet are set. You didn't pay attention to the meter. Now that pass is a pick.
Oh, absolutely. And then you have
The
um
safeties are too smart.
the safeties are coming down.
They're coming down.
If you think that post is open and that safety is about a yard or two away,
It's
um,
actually not open.
it's going to be a problem. So, yeah, no, no. This year's it's a different game. I feel like majority of the games that I've had success in head to head have mainly come from head to head. Or mainly from the defensive side of the ball more so than the offensive side. Where last year it wasn't really defense for me. I wasn't having the best passing percentage, but damn, I am not the passer this year. Um, the games it plays different. EA fixed issues fast as fuck. When the hell do they do that? And so
Yeah.
there are a lot of um, there are a lot of changes that which I need to let Lolo know that the player will be released. But yeah, yeah. So that's being taken care of. But yeah, the game's it's fucking different, and so it's going to be really massive jumping into this new wave of or this. I feel like, and you could I don't know if you agree or disagree with this, but I feel like we had a Madden generation of basically a round of games on the PS or years of the PS4. Then we get on the
Hmm.
PS5, this new generation begins, and it feels like every single year up until last Madden, there was a change in the game that was dramatic. These past two, this last Madden and the current one, the biggest change I have seen is how the defense plays and how the overall matters. What's your take?
I, I mean, I agree to an extent. I definitely think I think they're getting it as close to real life as possible, and I think that is a good thing for some and a bad thing for others. I do still think animations dictate too much, but it's early. We'll see. I feel like that's the thing. Like you have to constantly grow and change with the game. It's gonna be a different game after the next update. It'll be a different game after the update after that.
Yep, yep, yeah, it
The
will, yeah, it
game's
will.
gonna change. So you've just gotta pay attention. And I think I don't think there's a Madden that matters your play calling as much as this one.
Oh yeah,
Call the wrong play, take a L. Your coordinators matter. Gonna find out who thinks the game through and who doesn't. So
absolutely, and I think and that's why I'm calling this the year of hearts is because I've seen I have seen a lot of people struggle to figure out the best way to play this game. I do think this game requires you to be have the ultimate balance in your gameplay. Um, you're going to have to be balanced this year. Depending on the team that you have, balance is going to be important. You can't take a whole lot of risk on defense like you did last year because those risks will expose your ass into a touchdown easy. Um,
yeah, you must do your job this year.
Absolutely. So we're gonna get to this top 10, or not to this top 10. My apologies. I decided not to do a top 10 for the league just because
Oh,
I couldn't really put my hands on really, or I couldn't really think about who's number one because I'm not sure if I can say anyone's number one right now. Um, I feel like I know the number one guy, but then I think about who he has to play, and I'm like, he could take a L. There's a mix of guys in here. So we're gonna go through this season, this week one list, really quickly as we get ready for this week one. Again, guys, the players that have had the contract bid, those contract bid players are locked. The free agent selection players are locked until 7:30. There will be no help. We'll be right back after this.
uh, uh. I said I do it for my culture to let them
Bruh.
know what it. My bad, my fault. Okay, 21.
Oh,
All
it's
right.
it's it's such a disgusting, it's such a disgusting fucking beat. And we're gonna jump straight into it, y'all. We're gonna jump straight into these this week one schedule, and the first game it's massive. It is a massive storytelling game. You have Austin playing against Young. Um,
Mm,
Austin currently has the most
wow.
Super Bowls in the league, being since the PS5 stats or all-time stats have began. We know what Young has done, especially we've seen it over in Good Times. We've seen it over in Legends League. The guy can play, and he ends up getting that Chiefs team. It's so funny because I didn't even think about it when I put him on the Chiefs. I just like put him on the
Mm,
Chiefs, or put him in that division. Didn't even think about like, oh fuck, he's gonna have an opportunity at the
yeah.
Chiefs. Like fuck. So this is going to be an interesting game. One user, I guess, in when it comes to Austin, he wants to really, and guys, hey, we talking hearts, we talking truth. We are going to go into this fucking Madden very different because Austin wants to slow the game down. He wants to play a certain pace all game. If he can get that run going and be able to slow you down defensively, he's going to win those close games. And then you got Young on the opposite side that's literally a fucking bullet every play. If he
Mhm.
if he can beat you deep every single time, he's going to take advantage of that with that inside zone run. And he's got a solid defensive game. I'm not sure what it looks like this Madden. What are your thoughts on this game, Ivan? Who do you give the win starting in week one?
Man, not gonna say this too many times this year. Uh, I got I got Austin losing. Yeah. Not gonna say that a lot this year,
Yeah, yeah.
but Young is one of those guys. Um, we'll see what happens, man. You still have to play the game. You still got to line up. I think I expect Jameer Gibbs
Mhm, mhm,
to go insane.
mhm,
I
mhm,
expect
mhm.
him to be like when we're looking at the end of the year and we're looking at the rushing leaders. I expect him to be in the top five. Um, he's perfect for this game, and I think Austin is going to line up.
Mhm, mhm,
He's going to run the
mhm,
ball,
mhm.
and everybody knows it's going to happen. But I don't think you'll be able to get him off the field. I do think it's going to be a. I'm going to give it a. I'm going to give this a 10-point win for Young. But I do think those Lions suit Austin rather well.
Yeah, this is potentially a. I'm not sure if Austin makes the Super Bowl this year with that Lions team. I think they are a build, so maybe a year two or three opportunity with that team. And then I agree with you. I do think that Young is the one that takes this game. With that, man, I struggle because this game you can run the football if you know what you're doing, and passing can get you in trouble. I'm just curious to see how Young's going to play this year, but I agree with you. This is a game that Young absolutely takes in Week 1. Panthers and Falcons, another big game, a division game with Brad and Rome both playing.
Yeah.
These two, I actually think this game is bigger for Rome than it is for Brad, and because of the lack of success that Rome had last year.
Uh-huh.
He just did not have he did not have the normal Madden that we've seen. And I don't say this jokingly because I mean, hey, the guy is older. He is older. That
Mm.
could be a thing. I do not know that. I have heard that there are some changes in the style of defense that Rome is playing.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I've heard about some trickery up his sleeve going into this season, and we'll see how that benefits him. And then Brad on the opposite side, I think Brad has, similar to Rome, he's gathered a few pieces on the defensive side that I'm just curious of what kind of style of play he's going to throw at Rome. They both have a decent rivalry playing against each other. I'm pretty sure Brad won the last time that they played. Um, how do you see this one playing out? Because I'm not really a fan of either of their offenses. I am a fan
Uh-huh.
of the defensive side, or how they want
Uh-huh.
to play defensively.
Yeah, I don't think this will be a close game. I expect Brad to win by at least 2 touchdowns.
Hmm.
At least. I think, God, I don't want to be, I don't want to be a spoiler,
Hmm.
you know, but when he gets off with Bryce Young,
Pause.
hey man, it's different. So I don't think everybody's gonna be ready for that. And like even if you know it's coming, like I've seen Bryce Young get away from. Like we've been practicing it. I see him routinely escape the grasp of guys he shouldn't, like Chandler Jones and Crosby. Just runs away from him. So I do think that's something he's going to utilize to his benefit.
Hmm. Hmm.
And he's got a quietly got an insane receiving core over there. So I think I'm gonna lean towards Brad on this one. I don't think it'll be close for very long.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Um, yeah. So yes, I am shockingly picking against Rome.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm shocked by that.
I agree with you because one of the things that I guess my concern for Rome is it's really going to be Ritter. I think his quarterback situation. I know how head to head makes you feel. I get it
Mhm.
because I've been there. I've played guys in head to head, had those head to head games and franchise and getting into that all Madden space, especially with any kind of rules involved. It can impact your game. It changes the game a little bit, and so my concern for Rome is actually going to be for his quarterback situation. He's gotten a big trade. I think he just got that trade from. Uh, um, he just got a trade from, I believe, Jay Rose. That was pretty massive. So, um, but at the same time, the quarterback situation is going to be tough. So I'm just curious to see if he's going to plan on running the ball or what against Brad. But I agree with you. Brad takes this one. The Texans and Ravens. This is going to be a fun game to watch. That's for damn
Man,
sure because two totally different fucking styles.
man, who let that man get the Ravens? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What? Hey man, listen. I definitely, yeah. Smitty, I tell you the truth to your face, bro. I wanted you to get the Steelers bad. I needed to see you with the Steelers one more Madden. Um, but looks like you dodged that. I think this is going to be a phenomenal game. I think this is going to be a week 1 game where we have two totally contrasting styles. And just because it's week one, I'm gonna take Gideon. I take Gideon because
Mm-hmm.
Gideon is indeed a passing guru.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck
Mm-hmm.
what you
Mm-hmm.
heard. Gideon is a passer. Like the stuff I've seen him do with terrible quarterbacks. And I think Stroud actually has a decent enough arm. I
Yes, he
expect
does.
that to be. I expect him to be really well. I'm playing with him in another league. He can step a little bit, not a lot, but he can step a little bit. I think Gideon has the advantage with his quarterback over Lamar Jackson. And the reason I say that is because I don't know what it is about this game, but they always make Lamar's passing just a little bit wonky, just a little bit. I don't know what it is. It's been consistent since he's come on the scene as a starting quarterback.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
every Madden gets his throwing either wrong or there's just something a little off about it. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, but I definitely will take Gideon in this game.
Yeah, this is the first game we're going to split. I do not give the Duck an opportunity against the German.
Mm,
I do
okay,
think the Duck is going to put up points with those Texans.
for
Duck meaning
sure.
Gideon for those listening. But I do think
Mm,
he's going to put up points against those Ravens. Smitty's not going to be able to play some of the I think the sneaky defensive calls that he wants just because of how Gideon likes to play. The struggle for Gideon is going to be the defensive side of the ball for me. I just
mhm.
don't know how he's going to slow that down with what Smitty's doing on Madden right now. That's um, and that's where those team situations come into play. I would be very nice to see him beat Smitty. I would also like to see the young man take an L. However, I think Smitty is hungry, especially after what happened to him in the last Madden, the multiple Super Bowls without finally pulling one out. I think he's determined this year to let
It
everybody
was
know, fuck you.
it was multiple.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, 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 yeah. He's got
I
heavy
know it.
fuck yous in his system right now for the league,
Right, 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 right.
and
Mhm.
and so just I understand that, and so I just and it's hard for me to see Smitty losing a week one game. I've been meaning to keep the stats for what's the people's record week one, to hold
Mhm.
overtime, but we'll split there. I mean, it could really go either way because if Smitty can't stop his offense, he's going to be in trouble. Just period. If he can't stop Gideon's offense,
Facts.
he will be in trouble. Bengals and Bisons. We have the changings of name. Um, Orlando Bisons used to be the Cleveland Browns with Harris Boyd playing against Ben, and I
Mm.
have no fucking clue how this game is going to go. I know they're not really a rivalry. They just have some significant games against each other that have kind of changed each other's paths in playoffs. But
Mhm.
as far as who does what, I'm not sure because I feel like I've seen this bin before. I feel like I've seen this bin where in the beginning of Madden and head to heads, he's getting throttled. And then for whatever reason, come when we get into the franchise and start
It's
playing,
different. Yeah.
he's figuring it out. And that's what he did last year. And then when it comes to Hendricks, slow and steady, figuring the team out. He gets to the point where now he's in a position to. He was competing, and he was competing on a very high level to finish out the year. Um, I I want to go with Hendricks
Mhm.
only because I have no idea what Ben's plan is this year. Because there's some things that have been taken away from Ben that he had last year.
Yeah.
That deep ball is not the same this year. It's not. The safeties play different this year. And the same thing for Hendricks. If he cheats down on the defense with one of those slot corners or moving that safety down, like he's going to get exposed. So I'm not really sure what to expect on this one. So I'm going to give you the floor or on in regards to this one.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Hendricks. I got Hendricks winning this one. I think we will. I think we're gonna have to watch Hendricks this year.
Hmm.
I know he's got a very tough division over there,
Yeah, it does.
but I think it's gonna come down to how you're playing outside of the division. This is a great test. I think this is going to be a great week 1 matchup. It's going
Hmm.
to be a good game, but
Hmm.
I'm absolutely taking Hendricks to win this game.
Alrighty, and then the next game we have Lolo, and originally the Colts, now turned the Austin Black Knights out of Legend. They should probably be called the Austin Light Skin Knights. No, that's neither here nor there. Two
Mm,
users that want to control the game. They want
yep.
to have absolute control in the way they play defense. They're conservative but not really. It's a weird combination. Lolo's going to be consistent and balanced, and he's going to be balanced in offense. Legend's going to play balanced unless you force him to not play balanced. I'm curious to see what Legend's offense is going to look like this year, especially with that quarterback situation on those Black Knights. And then, well, that's a name that's going to be that's going to. I don't know. I don't know
It's going to
Legend.
be fun. It's going
Yeah,
to be
hey,
fun.
hey, legend. Hey, that name right there is gonna be different this year. You better
That's a
say,
name name.
that's, you better play, motherfucker, with that name. That's all I'm gonna say. But uh, I want to give Lolo the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I I think this is going to be a week 1 of figuring out for Legend when it comes to his quarterback situation as well. It's weird because this game you can play with a bad quarterback, but then that bad quarterback will fuck you at the wrong time. Like,
At the wrong time.
and
Third down,
oh,
no
bruh,
pressure, sail a pass.
bruh,
Yeah.
bruh, 5 yards, 10 yards over his
Mhm.
head. Like, just there's little stuff on this game.
Straight to the safety.
Yeah,
Straight to the safety.
yeah. There's little stuff on this game that's a little different. So I want to go with Lolo and give him the edge. What is your perspective in regards to this one?
I mean, man, I'm gonna take Legend. I think he's the better user.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a great matchup to start out the year.
Mm,
Definitely gonna test both users, but I
that was a
expect
slow.
Legend to win that game.
Alrighty, we will be split on that one. Blues and Vikings. Houston originally the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Gruski has a deep prejudice towards the state of Florida. Decided to move his team to Texas, back
Mm,
down home to Houston, where they will now be the Houston Blues. Very interesting color. I like. I kind of like that on the team, and he gets to play Earl week 1. Out of all people, he gets to play Earl week 1.
man,
Mr. Slow and Steady hadn't really said shit in the chat, wins the race type of user. Now, I'm pretty sure that Gruski has never lost to Earl. I'm pretty sure he's never lost to
wow,
Earl.
wow,
Um,
wow, 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 wow.
how do you see this game going? And really, what I really want to say is, what is the expectation when it comes to Gruski this year?
Ah,
Because it's not Earl. We
I'm
know what we're going to get out of Earl. Earl's going to give us an 8-8. Like, we know that. Like 8-8, 9-7,
nah.
and
I mean, again, I think this Madden is different, and I gotta see it before I call it.
mm,
I ain't seen enough out of either one of them yet.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
For this game, I'm gonna take Gruski because he's the better user. Does that mean Earl can't win? Of course not.
Hmm.
I just think the safer money is indeed on Gruski for this game. For the year, I don't know what he can do with that team. Um, I don't like their quarterback, but he
He
might
did
love
get
him.
Watson.
Oh,
He did get
okay.
Watson. Yes, that
Ooh,
he did pick up
ooh.
Deshaun Watson,
Well,
and
I
so
think
that's
I
that's
think
huge.
that's a move. That's a move, and with that kind of bid, that's a move that says I'm trying this year. So
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know if he's gonna do it, but I think he'll have some success. I definitely think it's a better situation now that he has Watson. So um, yeah, I'm gonna take Grushki in this one and I don't think it'll be close.
Alrighty, and then Dragons and Saints. Um, hmm.
Hmm.
This is this is going to be an interesting. I think this is an interesting matchup because the Nike's team with the Dragons, originally the Titans, there were a lot of holes that he's had to try to figure out through free agency, through trades, and then for Hyundai, he's kind of been back and forth with the quarterback decision. He moved Tyrann Mathieu, which obviously he's going to be able to build with Caden Stearns over time, but I just thought that was kind of a significant piece to have on the back end on the defensive side of the ball. We know what Hyundai likes to do. We know what Nike likes, what Nike's preference is to do. I mean, both both users are in a situation to me that they're going to have to play different. Now he did pick up. Now Hyundai did pick up Jared Goff. Nike's going to be starting off with, is it Will Levis? I
Levis.
believe. Yeah, he's going to be starting with Will
Yeah.
Levis at
Or
quarterback.
Warren Moon.
Yeah. Switched over to Warren Moon, which that's a dope ass name, a dope ass
Yeah.
switch right there, actually. And so, Nike, the receiver situation, he doesn't have the speed, but he does have the possession guys on offense. And Hyundai switches over and gets Josh fucking Jacobs. So I'm not really sure
Yeah.
how to pick this game in regards to the margin. I do believe that Hyundai takes week one. And the reason I say that too is Nike's in a situation with the Titans. It's very similar to kind of how I feel with even with Austin in some ways, where that's going to be a build situation trying to shoot for the playoffs, season two or season three. I don't think that team is a season one team right now. And he would probably say that himself. Hyundai is a little different. He kind of has to play because of the cap situation with the Saints. Like it's,
Nah. So like I think he's trying to rebuild on the fly. I know that he's got a ton of picks.
hmm hmm
Every move he made, uh, he was looking at picks. I think man, I don't know. I'm just looking at the rosters, man, and if he's rolling with Jameis,
hmm
I know what it's like to roll with Jameis, man. And
he picked up Jared Goff.
he picked up Jarek. Okay,
Yep.
okay, he's going.
Hmm
Oh, he's going with golf. Oh, that changes things.
hmm hmm
Um, yeah, I like Hyundai in this game. I don't think it'll be. I don't think it'll be close, but I do think it'll be think it'll be competitive for like 2 or 3 quarters, and then I think Hyundai will pull away. Because that team, I love the build of the Saints,
hmm
and
hmm
I like some of the moves he's made. He's upgraded a lot of positions, and yeah, I see the vision, and I respect it.
Yeah. No.
Oh, he's got Cam Jordan at D tackle. I love it. Yeah, I like it. I see what he's trying to do over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got
It's
some
going to be
spots to fill, but
it,
this looks pretty good.
it's going to be interesting to see what the turn of events are for um I think for both users over time. I just again with starting with a lower ranked quarterback, similar to a game we're about to get to with those Cowboys, similar with Slick. It's going to be a challenge, I think, in year one. I think that, and and that's why, again, my kind of concern for a few users is can you manage through through season one and get to that season two situation where you have cap, where you have free agents? Because free agency is going to be a little different this year. And just like you, Ivan, I ain't saying shit. People are just going to be
Mm.
wondering why I did not get that free agent. Like I paid him money, yet he still did not want to come here. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun. So, but I agree. I do think Hyundai takes the game. For me, it comes down to if Nike's going to play a more balanced style of play, and then just going from there. 49ers and Steelers. This is an interesting situation as well because Justin James at first looked like he was going to be stuck with Purdy. and then he gets a contract cancellation situation. He gets Dak from Slick and those Cowboys. Josh coming in playing with the Steelers again. So I mean, hell, if Josh should be extremely familiar with his situation with those Steelers. Now, Josh is a defensive user. You know,
Mhm.
he hasn't had the all around success that I'm kind of used to him. I'm kind of used to seeing from him in the past, but he's been a good user, competitive enough that if you go out there bullshitting, he will beat you. And um, so he's got the defense to play against Justin James. The thing I'm a little concerned with for him is going to be the offense. Everybody knows Justin James is going to run bench switch. Can you stop it? That's just it just is what it is. Can you stop it? Um, I want to go with Josh only
Mhm.
because I want to see Justin James go through it again with a better team. Because now he's got a better team. Justin James should be good this year. He should. If he's lower than 12-5, it's gonna be a disaster of a season. No reason for him
Yeah.
not to play well. How do you see this one going?
Uh, Man, I tell you what, I think I'm just looking at some of these rosters and the spots where I see holes. Like you've got to if you just go do your homework, you do your scouting.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of these rosters are not hiding the holes at all. Like they're
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
obvious. So I think he had to make that move to go get Dak. Had to. Cause that O line is outside of Trent Williams. That O line is terrible.
Yes.
Um, so I mean, a lot of press, a lot of blitz. Um, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I would I just think Pittsburgh's a bad situation. I don't think it's one that is conducive to winning year one. Now, you can build them into something, but I don't think they're ready to go year one. So I am going to give this to Justin James, considering this is the regular season. So his XP will be turned up, and I fully expect him to get a win here.
Absolutely. Cards and Commanders. The Commanders is Swerve this year. He seems to be engaged and ready to play. He seems extremely ready to play Nick Adams. I wonder where that comes from. I don't know if Nick Adams must have beat him in an important game to
Damn.
get to a Super Bowl or something like that. I'm not really
Oh,
sure
you're
where
not
that
sure?
history.
Okay.
I'm not really sure if it was like a 3-1 in the same division or something like that. It was something like that, like
Wow.
domination or something like that had transpired. And then you got Nick Adams, who, I mean, man, the guy don't say shit, but when he plays, he's winning. It's just that he's winning. It's just that simple. Like, I don't know why people chase him and desire him to be active so much because he's winning. He's one of the few users for me that when he said, "I just need a quarterback," I believe him. Like,
Yeah.
I fucking believe him. Like, I've seen him do it without a quarterback. I've seen him play with a quarterback and be extremely dominant. Um, but he's playing Swerve, and this is not going to be an easy situation against that defense. And I'm not sure if he can stop Swerve's offense. Who do you got winning this one?
And Nick Adams. Uh,
Mm.
don't think there's too much to think about with this game. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take Nick Adams, man.
Oh, well, it is a season of hearts. Packers and Redwoods. We have D. Thomas going against Top. Um, this one I'm concerned about because D. Thomas hasn't really been communicating the past few days, so my expectation is kind of in the position that he's going to fall off. So, but if this game does get played, what are your thoughts?
No, it's a personal game,
It
so
is.
it could be anything. But you know, I'm noticing like some transitions are happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there are just like certain you know, I just have certain ideas about certain users,
Yeah,
and
yeah. Hmm.
you know, I'm gonna go with the user who aggravates me less. So we definitely got D Thomas winning this one for sure, no doubt about it.
I don't disagree with you one bit.
Yeah.
Um, there's nothing more that I desire than to see a top not win a single fucking game this year.
Uh-huh.
I hope every decision the top has made comes back to haunt him. I'm just kidding. I want him to be in a battle for that division with him in Austin, especially
Uh-huh.
with all the shit talk between both of them
It's
prior
a
to the season
lot.
starting.
That was, ooh, there was a
Makes
lot
things a
there.
little interesting. So,
It's a little
um,
spicy there.
I'm gonna go with D Thomas as well. I still think even with some of the changes that Top has made, I just I'm not a fan of that situation just yet. But we'll see how it turns out for him week one. The Mexico City Condors are going to go to Carrara and play the Denver Broncos.
This is true.
I mean, there's not. It's funny because I made notes from a voice chat conversation, and the statement was made that basically from the horse's mouth. Um,
Oh,
it's just funny. It's funny saying from the horse's mouth, being that he
it
is
is.
the Broncos. Um,
That's a
the
double
statement was
entendre. I
made was,
respect it.
"Hey, now, commissioner, don't you worry about my team. Now, like, man, listen, brother, we're gonna figure this out, brother. We will be different. This man, and hey, and I don't enjoy to talk shit about
You don't
users.
enjoy it,
No,
right?
no, 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 I don't because I want everyone to be
No,
successful. I want
right,
every,
right, right,
yeah,
right, right.
I want everybody to be successful. I want everybody to have an opportunity at winning. However,
Yeah, yeah.
I am seeing similar
Uh oh.
trades that
Damn.
were made that were
Mm-hmm.
made
Yeah.
last season, last Madden.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if I guess I just need to connect to the psyche, I guess, when it comes to the Broncos in regards to what his plan is with Denver. Now they do got the defense. They've got the players. I mean, he ended up letting some motherfuckers go, which I do not know why. I mean, he literally walked into a situation outside of offense that was Jeremy built. Like they've got the defense. They like you have that here and he's making trades. He's getting Tyrann Mathieu on the Caden Stearns situation, and then of course yourself playing with Mexico City Condors, being the Raiders originally, and getting Kamara. So that's like a unique change. You get Terrence Steele and the contract bid situation. Getting and
Yeah.
then finally adding that trait on with that situation for Terrence
Mm-hmm.
Steele making him a superstar. And then,
21.
um, if I'm not mistaken, did you pick up a tight
Mm-hmm.
end? Is it a tight end that you picked up? I'm trying to
Yeah, yeah,
remember.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
picked up a
I got
tight end, and then you fixed your quarterback situation.
just a
Um,
little bit. I've
now
done a
like
couple. I've done a couple moves.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's been some decisions made. How do you
You know,
feel going into this season in your week one game against a guy that I do not expect to win a game?
I feel really good. I feel like feel like when I got the team, first thing I looked at, I was like, oh, I don't have an O line, and
Yep, yep,
now
yep,
I
yep.
feel like I have an O line that's closer to what I'm accustomed to working with.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
we're gonna be real balanced this year. We're going to uh, we're going to take our shots when we need to, but we're going to play a very balanced offense. Um, we're going to be we're going to be in no danger of getting a fine from KK. We're going to have balance. We won't be
Mm-hmm.
one way either way.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take our shots. Really excited about this year. The guys have been working pretty hard, and shots out to the front office. They've made some incredible moves, and I really like how we filled this roster out. And we're gonna let the play talk this year. Not gonna come out and say anything wild and
No fleur de
You know,
lis?
no, no,
Uh,
no,
uh,
no,
uh,
nothing,
uh, uh.
nothing audacious, nothing crazy.
Mm,
Not gonna talk to
mm.
people about coming into the
Just gonna
restaurant.
play our game.
We're just
Mm.
gonna play our game. I mean, you should know what's on the menu. You know, they should know, but you know, we'll have to educate some. But yeah, no, no, man. Excited. Think this is gonna be a hard fought game. This will be a great test for my team.
Absolutely. I have you beating Jeremy. I mean, I really kind of have you beating him by 40. I think it'll be by 10. Dolphins and Chargers. You know, I don't know. I really don't know
Hmm.
because everybody, J Rose is, how do I like, I'm not even sure how to explain J Rose's game. He wants to
Hmm.
play.
Hmm.
If you let him play man defense all day, he will eat you alive. If you don't know how to get it, if you don't know how to play against that, it's going to be a tough time on defense. You got to be able to run the ball against him. You got to be able to take those short passes, and you have to be able to take advantage when he brings that safety down. And then Jacob on the opposite side, he's a very balanced user in the first half, and then he's just a totally different motherfucker in the second. I do not know who that is in the second half. And
Hmm.
the last time I did talk to Jacob, just kind of briefly, he talked about playing a full 4 quarter game and just working on finishing. Because for the most part, for the majority of the most people he plays against, that's been the struggle for me in my and for him in my opinion. Um, I do think that J Rose wins this week 1 game. What do you think the margin will be?
Uh, I'm gonna give Jay Rose two touchdowns, two touchdowns minimum here. I do think there'll be tension early, but I expect Jay Rose to pull away and secure this W.
Alrighty, Rams and Seahawks. We have bloodshed going against Isaiah. Isaiah, got stuck with the Patriots, and he had the Chiefs. In neither situation did he end up having like true success. What I mean by that is for Jacob, for Isaiah, it's pretty much Super Bowl or bust. There's not really an in between for Isaiah. He's not satisfied with making the playoffs. He's not satisfied with getting
Mm-mm.
a division win. He's not satisfied with making the conference championship. Isaiah is Super Bowl or bust in his mind, period. And we have Bloodshed, who came up last year, slowly but
Definitely.
surely became a problem as Madden went on, and then he just consistently was that. And now he's got the Rams, which I was a little shocked that Bloodshed didn't attempt at one of those quarterbacks because I understand you just want to build that quarterback that you have, and I get that.
Yeah.
At the same time, man, you got to get
Bennett has wheels. There, I see why people like Bennett. I've seen it.
right.
Um, but it's absolutely not a year one. Probably not a year two. That's probably a year three situation over there.
No, no,
Um,
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
yeah, he'll need a draft. He'll need some trades. Um, but you know, it's why we play the game. Prove us wrong.
Yeah, I don't see a chance for Blood in this game. Um, I think he needs to go grab a quarterback. Not, I mean, unless that's just the goal to simply develop and then go into the next year. Cowboys and
Hmm.
Giants is a massive. Did pass my game with me and Colton? I apologize. Me and Colton play week 1, and I am not fucking happy about that. I have said to
Hmm.
1,000. I think anybody that's been in the voice chat, I have said I am not happy that the first user I have to play is Colton because of what I saw him do on the past Madden. Anytime someone had beat him the next 2 times they played, or at least the next game for sure, he had won, and he
Hmm.
had won. You know, he won the fucking games. Like it was not close, and I think that I am that next victim, and I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm going to be a victim week one. Now, coach also has me fucked up. We are going to play a game, and we are playing to win.
Oh,
But super shocked that nobody challenged him for that Eagles team. Um, he is ready to go. I think from the defensive side of the ball, he was kind of talking about making some changes defensively. When I kept thinking to myself, you you know, I don't know if you think about this, Ivan. I
hmm
feel like when I see guys in certain situations with teams, kind of like Jay Rose for me, wanting to get rid of Herbert, wanting to get rid of Bosa, wanting to get rid of his receivers, and I get the cap situation, but how many chances do you have at winning?
yeah,
And and
yeah,
and so
man,
that's where
yeah.
my struggle is when I see guys with good teams wanting to make a lot of moves is because I get you realize your salary or your cap situation going into resign in the next year, and then you also have win now. Similar to how I feel, which we're going to get to it early later on as another user in that same division. What is your
Mm.
perspective on that? Because there's no way I'm moving shit if I have the Eagles, if I have Dallas, if I have
Chargers.
the Chargers. Um,
I mean, you just it. It's kind of like watching people overthink situations.
hmm
I know that Jay Rose is he can't possibly be happy with the lack of speed on this team, and he's been trying to move those receivers, get them out of there. I feel like this man, if they run routes really good and catching traffic, they're awesome.
They're
I
gonna play
feel
well.
like
Yeah,
you're gonna have success. And Herbert was a big arm, super accurate. I wouldn't have moved him. But I think he's gonna do a lot of option stuff with Fields. I think he'll be more of a scrambler. But he made moves I wouldn't have made. But that's what makes him him, and it is what it is. I think guys overthink situations.
hmm
I think you've got to be able to, like first figure out what your goal is. Am I in a position to compete? If the answer is yes, how long am I in that position to compete?
hmm
And, you know, I think you keep the OG Khalil Mack, Bosa. I think you keep those
bruh,
guys
bruh.
and you go
we
for it.
we trying to widen the right now. Like,
You keep those guys and you go for it, and you have excellent pressure off the edges. Uh, get some fat guys to put in the middle, and get a linebacker or two maybe. But I mean, they've got Eric Kendricks, man. Like, bro, this team. I'm just looking at Murray. My cousin is out there. Like, bro, there's a lot of speed on this team. It's a lot of
you're
speed
so
on this
stupid. I
team.
just realized you said Murray, my cousin.
Yeah, it's my cousin. And I mean, it's I don't know, man. You just guys overthink it, but hey, we don't know anything. We just be talking. It is what it is.
Yeah, and and it's not saying that those decisions are bad. I just think I guess for me, I'm thinking about how many seasons last year where Colton was this close. He was this close to success,
Uh,
and I don't I don't feel like he made a bunch of trades last year. And again, it's not just Colton, it's
uh-uh.
J Rose, it's a lot of guys. But I'm seeing guys with some heavy hitter situations making massive
Yeah.
changes to their team where I just like this may be your window because next season everyone's going to catch up. Either they're going to catch up or they're going to completely fall off. So um, I'm gonna give Colton just from a respectful position, especially with my quarterback situation, because I'm gonna play Corral. I got Tannehill as
Oh
insurance.
no.
Yeah, I got Tannehill as insurance. He's
Oh
Tannehill's
no.
insurance. If we get down 7-0 and it's bad, I'm like, okay, all right. All right. We are we bringing in the heavy hitter. But I'm gonna give him I'm gonna say a 7 to 10 point difference on the game. Rams and Seahawks we discussed. The Cowboys and Giants.
Man, that's Slick and who?
Slick is playing Fuzz, and
Oh. Dang, I hate the.
This is
Man.
an ugly matchup.
I don't think that game's gonna happen. I know Fuzz is out of town right now, so
Yeah, so
that's
I
unfortunate.
think Fuzz is out of town until Sunday. He's trying to get his remote play to work. I really fucking wish he would have told me he was going out
Ah,
of town,
man,
because I promise you
man.
we would have advanced a later date, my guy.
Yeah, bro.
Ain't no fucking way that Slick would just finna walk with a 1-0 start. Um,
Man, it makes me sick thinking about it. That's
Fuzz, send me your
crazy.
PSN. I'll play for you. Fuck it. But nah,
Come on, bro.
um, if this game were to get played, I actually think
21.
it's going to be a much closer game than probably most people feel. Um,
I think a lot of people don't put enough respect on what Fuzz did that last year. I know it was the summer league, but
oh, bro.
that you couldn't call that a summer league bowl
No, no,
because
no. No.
the activity was real. Like
Absolutely.
last year, man, and I've said it before, I say it again, bro. I salute what you pulled off for the league last year. Bruh,
Thank you.
it
Thank you.
was a it was a great environment the entirety of the year. Engagement, I haven't ever seen it that high. Summer league wasn't a summer league. It wasn't a break. Like it was not a break. And that man went 19 and 0. So I don't know. Well, I mean, I know he hasn't been on the game, so I know he hasn't done anything, and that's just terrible timing, bro. Like
Oh, if I would have,
terrible timing.
I'm telling you, if I would have known, and
Uh-huh.
he would have been available to play Slick. I'm just, hey, they would have got
Yeah.
that game in. I'm sorry. We like, hey, y'all, I'm sorry. Week 1, y'all just enjoy y'all night. Go read a book or some shit. Hey, this will be played. But um,
Yeah.
I that would have been a great game to see out of both users. I think Slick is another one very similar to Justin. I want to say Justin James, but he lets go of Dak
I kind of
for
think that is a good that is a
that's
good
it's a good deal for the contract situations that he has in Dallas. It is
yeah.
definitely a good deal. I'm just not sure if it's a good deal in the space of winning right now. I think that's where I want your, I guess, opinion on this,
Yeah.
because I
So it's gonna fall on Trey Lance, but
yes.
it really should not. I feel like if he does this one thing, he'll be fine. If Tony Pollard gets 1,500 yards on the ground, he'll be fine.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got to go heavy Pollard.
Mm-hmm.
Got to.
Heavy,
Doesn't
heavy,
have a
heavy stomp
choice.
Pollard.
Heavy stomp Pollard got to be out there. I mean, so I definitely think this this madness suits the run. It really does. Um, his O line is still really good.
Oh, yeah, they're ready. They're absolutely ready.
They're
Um,
still really good. I like the movie putting Zach Martin at right tackle. Um, I think that's where he's got to live. He's got to live on the ground because like these low overall quarterbacks, you just don't know when they're going to give you that one pass that makes you say, "What the hell was that?" But it's gonna happen. Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
have to
yeah,
know it's
yeah.
going to happen. So we'll see what happens. That's gonna be a fun one to watch. But I like seeing the competition at the start of the year, not the midpoint. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see if the same success arrives.
Absolutely. And then the last one we have is the Bills and Jets Olympic, with, I would probably argue, one of the better teams that he's had in the league. And then
I think by far the best team he's ever
yeah,
had.
and then DTZ, who is just he better be praising whatever God he has chosen for his life, that I did not
Mm,
come and snatch those bills, because that was
mm.
as much shit talk as he has. That was definitely a thought. DTZ for me is really simple. Will he throw the drag? Will he not always take the deep ball? Will he runs the ball at some fucking point in the game? And then Olympic for me, it's he doesn't really have a
It's the opposite.
yeah, he doesn't really have.
Can he slow
Can
down?
he? Yeah, can he just?
Can you not?
Can you set your
No
controller
huddle.
down and go get a cup of water and come back? Like,
Yeah,
can
yeah.
can you can you set your controller down, go in the pantry, I don't know, whatever, grab you a muffin or
If
some
if
shit.
if he could just pretend he's playing me every time, he'd be
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
Because I don't know anybody who tries to win a head-to-head more than when I play goddamn Olympic. But it's unfortunate. And it's for that reason. Oh, and so I don't know if you've told him, but the DTZ's Wall of Shame is back. I
Yes.
know he doesn't want to be a repeat offender. I know I don't.
And I'm so glad you said that because I do think Olympic wins this game, but man, that
Man, it'd
wall
be
of shame is
terrible if he
active.
if he
That
if he did.
that wall of
If he if
shame
he
is
if he did not
active.
win, oh boy.
And it makes me mad because I know how I like to roll my seasons based on when I want to play or not, and I can find myself um, in a very uncomfortable position because I have to beat this motherfucker because I refuse. And so, uh, but I think Olympic wins this one. I don't think there's a whole lot of discussion when it comes to that. But ultimately, guys, hey, Ivan, I thank you for coming on. We're gonna get this thing advanced. I appreciate. Me and Ivan are gonna be doing this all season. I'm hoping to get other users on. So when I send you a message, it's just a simple yes or no. We want to get opinions from as many people within the league as possible. We're gonna try to be open and direct and give give our honest opinion on how we see the game and how we see the league. It may seem like
Did
we're a
say
little.
this was the year of hearts,
Oh
right?
yeah. This and I appreciate you, Ivan,
I
because
got you.
we are going to say the truth on everyone's situation and how we see it.
Whoa.
So, with that being said, understand it is not personal, my G. It's just
It's just my
entertainment.
thoughts.
See y'all
Just what I
soon.
was feeling at the time.
Peace.
Peace.